Servus, meine lieben Glockenspieleicherinnen und Eicher und willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles. Wie ihr seht, wir haben dort noch eine Harmoniemission übrig und die ist, glaube ich, für Al reserviert. Aber um diese zu tun, bedarf es des Abschlusses von Kapitel 13, Akt 2. Und da wir sonst nichts mehr großartig zu tun haben, außer weitere Harmoniegespräche zu führen, gehen wir in den zweiten Akt, Projekt Exodus 2. Ich hoffe, der weiße Wal kann noch starten, wenn wir hier wieder abdüsen müssen.
We got a basic plan drawn up. Meet me in command.
Roger. Let's move.
Ich habe Al nicht automatisch, sondern ich habe ihn manuell wieder in die Gruppe reingesetzt, weil ich denke, dass er als Partymitglied neben Elmer, eigentlich müsste ich noch Lynn, denke ich mal, reinpacken, um die Haupttruppe beisammen zu haben, die dann jetzt am Ende vielleicht mit die größte Rolle spielen wird, nehme ich an.
Ever since Void turned up, we've been witnessing Ganglion remnants stirring back to life, all across Mira.
They're as vulnerable as us, what with the DMAT events and ghosts. But they've also got a new objective that'll have lit a fire under them.
Objective? Oh, Void's floating continent.
Volataris is a special place. Those who heard Void's call have begun some holy pilgrimage there, for the promise of a new world under their creator's leadership. They may be fragmented at best, and little more than a minor nuisance, but these recent events have granted them new purpose.
You'd think they'd want to regroup quietly. Instead, they're out there raising hell.
I'm glad they've kicked the blues, but throwing an all-you-can-loot and plunder buffet? That part I don't love.
Remember, they were a coalition. Their mission, to eradicate Samar's descendants, including us. A tiger cannot so easily change its stripes.
The fight for survival, it never ends, huh?
We've come a long way indeed. This place, it is our second home. We've overcome the odds, made it a safe haven. DMAT events, ghosts, Ganglion. We must remain firm against these ever-present threats. In addition, we must reclaim the cores Void stole, prepare to leave for a new world. Bluntly, the only choice left for us now is to run.
In other words, we're talking about a second Project Exodus.
Just when we've beaten that damn Luxar. We just can't seem to catch a break, can we?
No kidding. Just when I was starting to put down some roots here.
Sage, dass du auch nicht gehen möchtest, oder sage, dass es nicht zu ändern ist.
Guess so. Don't mean it's not a kick in the teeth.
I do share your grief. However, we must face the facts. The dematerialization phenomenon is spreading, and eventually it will engulf the planet in its entirety. This truth is unequivocal. And this time it's not just humanity's future that's at stake. Our aim now is to evacuate all races that live on Mira.
Every single one?
Of course, all those that would be amenable to our proposal. Regrettably, any life forms we cannot communicate with will not be considered.
Und die uns den Hintern pudern.
How should we say? Egoistic, no?
Lehne es ab, dass die Menschheit über andere richten soll, oder stimme zu, dass es unvermeidbar ist. Würde man sagen, first come, first serve oder sowas.
I understand how you feel. I didn't propose it lightly. But frankly, it's just not feasible to do otherwise. Some species are dangerous, some others simply too violent. With the time we have and the available personnel, finding a way to save them all is impossible.
Okay, but even narrowing it down just to the sentient races, will that work?
Good point. If our only choice is to build a lifeboat, making something big enough, it's gonna take some time.
We've agreed on a cooperative partnership with the Manon to obtain a ship.
We're going to use the Manon ship. The one over NLA.
You betcha. Eyeballing it, it should have the capacity. Enough to carry all evacuees. Of course, it'll need a fair bit of retrofitting. We'll need to incorporate the Ares jump drive and the Lifehold Core's protoplasmic fluid system. But if we work together, we should make it before the Reaper comes a-knocking.
Why, that's feeding 3 cooks with 1 stove.
Right, so that part we've got tied up with a bow.
We've already contacted all known Xeno communities. They should be apprised of the plan. Sadly, some of them did respond they're planning to go down with the planet, but most are currently in the process of relocating to NLA.
Then we've got no time to lose.
Right.
As of now, all active Blade personnel are ordered to give this plan the highest degree of priority.
Broadly, we have 2 objectives. Helping to construct the escape vessel and supporting those who want to come to NLA. It's all hands on deck. We may require troops to take assignments across division lines. Be ready for anything.
Roger.
Dann machen wir uns bereit. Was ich an dieser Stelle allerdings schon mal sagen kann, sage ich gleich, wenn die
Recap.
Sequenz vorbei ist.
We may get assigned stuff outside of our official divisions, right?
Right. First off, we should head back to the barracks. Make sure we're prepared for anything.
Okay.
So, damit ist das Kapitel dann, nehme ich mal an, offiziell gestartet und wir nehmen den Zielspeicher auf, damit wir wissen, wo wir hin müssen. Was ich sagen wollte, was mir tatsächlich an dieser Situation jetzt wirklich gut gefällt. Ich bin mal gespannt, ob das Spiel bis zum Ende durchhält, das auch so zu tun. Weil meistens ist es ja so, dass der große Konflikt innerhalb, des Spielenarrativs, sei es die Xenoblade, sei es viele andere Spiele auch, die zumindest ich gespielt habe, insbesondere JRPGs, haben einen sehr großen Konflikt im Hintergrund. Mindestens einen. Und dieser Konflikt ist meistens mit einer bestimmten Entität verbunden, sei es ein, keine Ahnung, ein Politiker, also meistens dem Endboss, sei es ein Sephiroth, sei es bla bla bla, sei es ein Kefka, ich bin jetzt gerade sehr Final Fantasy lastig, oder sei es ein Sansa aus Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Und der Konflikt lässt sich im Grunde damit lösen, indem man dem großen Obermotz auf die Socke haut. Und was mir wirklich gut gefällt, ist, dass dies hier anscheinend nicht der Fall ist. Das mit Leere oder Void, keine Ahnung, ich weiß nicht warum, ich finde Leere als Namen irgendwie blöd, aber Void als Namen irgendwie cool. Ich nenne es einfach wieder mal Ex-Death. Dass wir, oder dass es eventuell gar nichts bringt, ihm aufs Maul zu hauen, weil die Gesellschaft dahinter diesen Konflikt ebenfalls mit weiter schürt. Und das gefällt mir echt gut, dass es da nichts bringt, mit der Eisenfaust drauf zu hauen, sondern dass wir einen Plan B brauchen.
Here's the deal, right? You know how we're helping wire in the Ares jump drive system, don't you?
Yes, so we've heard.
But actually, we're not really experts on this Skell and Ares stuff, are we? So we went and asked that fandom guy, and he said you guys are the usual go-tos around here.
I see. Let me guess. You'd like us to go to the hangar and advise your scientists?
You got it!
We'll go now.
Wow, thank you. You guys are just the pizza toppings.
Da ist das gute Stück. Ist wahrscheinlich schon nachts, dass die Kinder schlafen müssen, deswegen reden sie sehr leise. Aus vertraglicher Verpflichtung.
How's it poppin'?
Friend Al really loves saying that.
His idea of a gag. Don't get too hung up on it.
That's right. Someone asks how it's poppin', you say?
Terrible, of course. Yourself?
Better than you, meaning terrific.
Tatsu mystified.
It is as we have been told. It takes two minds to tango.
Hey, Al! Ask me!
Hey Gwen, how's it poppin'?
Naturally terrible, and how about you?
Not awful enough for you to be worrying about.
Huh?
You haven't changed a bit. Say, you've been out of this world. Got any words of wisdom for us from the great beyond?
It's not that kind of highfalutin place. More than anything, it was dull, like a cheap roadside motel.
Please, we would love to hear your choice morsels.
Me too. Color me curious.
Way to gang up on me. I'm warning you, it's a slog.
Das können wir. Bettle um eine Geschichte. Sage, er soll es einfach auf spannende Weise erzählen.
No pressure, huh? Fine. But you're buying the round.
Ich hab genug Geld.
Bunch of busybodies.
Los, leg los! Wir haben keine Zeit. Wir müssen von diesem Planeten fliehen. Und wer weiß, ob wir es bis dahin schaffen. Oh, Pizza.
So, before the white whale crashed, a bunch of ghosts got me cornered. I was cut off.
Ein Space-Penis. Ich muss sagen, Al kann wirklich gut in Bildern erzählen. Es ist so, als würde ich von meinem geistigen Auge sehen, wie die Schlacht verläuft.
Something opened up in front of me. And also, I felt this huge pull at the same time. My body inside the Ares. We were being sucked right in through the opening. Beyond that was a sight to behold. If space could have edges, that was a place where you could see them all. Thinking about it now, and to get a little technical, it was a nexus of parallel universes. It was like the backstage of space, the border town of all universes. You might call it a rift between worlds.
Das war gerade Fanservice, der vorbeiflog.
Light years beyond the realm of human science. But strangely, most of the Ares features kept functioning as normal. Sure, the sensor suite adapted for human tech kept throwing errors. But the main transceiver never stopped logging huge quantities of some kind of data. And you might think I dreamed all this up, but somehow I could understand what that data was. Not logically, intuitively. You ready? Well, what came flooding into me in the Ares was the consciousness of all living things across all universes. Instinctively, I stopped myself from trying to perceive them one by one. The human brain isn't built to handle something like that. I could tell in an instant. I think I got that one from an old sci-fi flick, but I'd say it was the right call. Now, the Ares was a step ahead of me. It sifted through that huge torrent of data, presented me with the information I most wanted in that moment. How to escape the world of the Rift and get back to this one. The Ares was kind enough to show me the way back home. It's thanks to its help that I came back at all. Well, the universe Earth was a part of was destroyed. This one with Mira is a completely different one. so maybe back is the wrong word.
Sounds like quite the trip. So that's your plan for us to leave this universe? You're proposing we use the Ares to make our escape?
Well, more or less.
But?
I don't really understand exactly how I got here. One slip up and I'd be washed away in that stream. I might never have been able to escape it. That world. It's a mind prison.
A prison?
Void Seat. I think he was held there. His consciousness, at least. You told me about the Vita, how it was a vessel to facilitate Void's coming. I guess what it did was channel his soul in some shape or form, freeing him of his shackles.
What does that mean, though?
Now, hold on a sec. That's like how our MIMs work.
No way.
All the loose threads seem to be coming together.
Perhaps Void escaped from his cell by tracking the Ares as it left the rift between worlds. It would explain the impeccable timing. And here's the kicker. The thing that's in the Vita, it's not just his mind, it's his body, too.
Der Ares Prime hatte anscheinend noch keine Full-HD-Bildschirme.
When the Ares first appeared in this world, it was shortly before we encountered you, right? Then the Ghost's appearance and the DMAT events. It's possible that it caused both of them to manifest.
Wait. I see you trying to connect all the dots. Don't you think you're jumping the gun?
Maybe. But when Void showed up and attacked my world to claim the Ares, think about it. That was exactly when the Ghosts appeared.
Huh. What are we thinking then? Cause and effect, or... Void said he brought worlds into concord. Ah. I feel like I'm starting to get the picture here.
Erleuchte uns.
Must be urgent.
Yeah. We need you in Oblivia. Hoping you could track down a man-on engineer.
Roger. Let's hear the details.
Here you go. The guy is in charge of the jump drive design. Apparently, he had a part in mind for the Crux, but it was sitting in a Ganglion stronghold, so we had to get it.
That's
What?
a bold move, Commander.
What can I say? These are desperate times, so... We did assign an escort, but then Ganglion found him and we lost contact.
Understood. That's enough to go on. We'll head for Oblivia ASAP.
Good hunting.
Let's move.
Wollte schon sagen, Manon, die so überhaupt nichts mit Konfrontation und Kämpfen und so weiter zu tun haben. Oh, wir schicken einfach mal den rein. Wir haben keine Blades mehr. Die sind gerade dabei, Pizza zu essen und sich Geschichten zu erzählen. So, genug des Grantelns. Wir sollen nach Oblivia. Da waren wir doch schon mal. Direkt über dem Abgrund muss die Freiheit wohl grenzenvoll sein. Weil ganz viel Leere dort ist. So. Was ich eben noch ein bisschen sagen... Oh. Die ganze Zeug, was ich nie aufgesammelt habe. Dann, ich weiß nicht, wie lang das Kapitel ist. Ich habe Lust, es aufzusammeln. Sollte es mir gelingen, es einzusammeln. es überhaupt erst zu finden, ist die Frage. Ist das hier hinter dem Klotz aus Stein? Oder? Moment, das muss auf diesem Ding hier sein. Was gar nicht. Das wird wahrscheinlich nichts mit der Quest zu tun haben, aber wo wir gerade schon mal da sind, gehen wir mal rein und nehmen es mit. Ich weiß nämlich nicht, ob ich das Segment schon hier eingesammelt habe. So. Dann. Oh, ist das schön, wenn man einfach hinfliegen kann und nichts umhauen muss dafür. Das andere leider Gottes nicht mehr auf dem Schirm. Da oben ist es nicht. Ja, dann ist erstmal wurscht. Moment. Ah, jetzt, ja. Eine Insel, da hinten ist es. Wird das von irgendeinem Penner bewacht? Nee. Doch. Aber es ist Level 42 und Level 42 Penner denken sich bei Level 61, oh, lass mal lieber. Ich tue so, als hätte ich nichts gesehen. Der darf gerne den Feuerstuhl hinter mir mitnehmen. Die Trainingspunkte sind immer ganz interessant und wichtig, vor allem für Partymitglieder, die erst ein bisschen später dazugekommen sind, weil die bekommen nicht automatisch die Lernpunkte mit, die wir bis dato schon durch einen möglichen Kram eingesammelt haben. Oh. Über diese hohle Brücke muss er kommen. Ja, wenn es ein bisschen langweilig ist, hier das Zeug einzusammeln, dann tut es mir leid. Aber die Sache mit, wo ich eben gesprochen habe, nämlich, dass meistens irgendwie so ein dämlicher Obermods, also nicht dämlich, aber ein Obermods geknüppelt wird und dann hat sich das Problem erledigt. Oder zumindest führt es dazu, dass sich das Problem erledigt, ist dann ja doch sehr weitläufig verbreitet. Ich weiß, dass viele bei One Piece, ich bin jetzt nicht der größte One Piece-Fan, sich gedacht haben, hey, das ist ja cool, weil wir haben ja diese Gesellschaft von diesen Aristokraten-Pennern und es gibt keinen so richtigen großen Obermods, den man aufs Maul hauen könnte und dann hat sich die Sache erledigt. Dann haben sie diesen Thron des Weltherrschers eingeführt, der leer ist und direkt kurz danach, oh ja, es gibt doch einen Obermods. Na gut, jetzt ist One Piece natürlich noch nicht zu Ende und deswegen kann man noch nicht sagen, aber es lässt sich doch sehr danach an, als wenn es wieder darauf hinausläuft. Wir hauen, wie heißt der, Imu, genau, Imu. Wir hauen Imu auf den Sack und dann hat sich die Sache erledigt. So, jetzt aber. Jetzt. Jawohl, geht doch! Haha! Erster Versuch. Okay, hätten wir das. Und dann haben wir noch woanders so ein Dingelchen. Wo ich jetzt gerade keinen... Ah, da hinten. Eigentlich ja super easy zu sehen, wenn man keine Tintenpatronen auf den Augen hat. So, fremdartige Überreste. Und dann haben wir hier erstmal den ganzen Crack eingesammelt. Hoffe ich. Ja, ein Trainingspunkt. Nicht so viele, Leute. So, und da sind wir schon quasi fast richtig, dass wir den Ingenieur einsammeln dürfen. Vielleicht. Ich hoffe, er hat überlebt. Leichen pflastern seinen Weg.
I'd say we're in the right place, huh?
Only ganglion bodies, though.
Sehr gut.
Seems like our engineer might still be alive.
Yeah. Let's confirm.
Who goes there?
Sneak von hinten.
It's you.
You again. I see. Looking for your friends, are you?
Do you know where they are? What happened here?
The people of Roth have accepted your exit strategy. We decided to send our younglings to NLA first. We were passing through here en route, where we encountered and assisted human troops in combat with the Ganglion. We were able to claim victory, albeit at a price. I'm transporting our wounded.
Now I see. We thank you.
There is no need. Your friends are safe with us, undergoing treatment at our stronghold.
Ms. Bweed, did you see a man-on in the soldiers' company?
I have not seen any, no. But there were other units. Maybe they escorted them.
Could we accompany you now, on the way to your stronghold?
Yes, you may.
What's going on?
Reden. Mein Gott! Was ist mit unserer Aufmerksamkeit? Da kommen hauchlos große Milchers an die stehen einfach da. Hä? Erst die Katzen von hinten, ist die Ganglion von vorn.
I hear. All yours.
Oh, wir warten hier mit unseren Megapistolen und Raketenwerfern, bis sie alle weg sind. Oh, wir sind faire Ganglion. So, mal sehen, ob das mehrere sind. Sieht nicht danach, hört sich nicht danach, lässt sich nicht danach an, sag ich jetzt. Oh. Bondage Time. Oh, schade, keine Bondage Time mehr. So, gucken wir mal, ob wir den Promo-Offizier... Ah, das war ein Flächenangriff, wa? Okay. Jetzt gibt's einen Raubvogel-Sturzflug. Ich glaube, ich gehe mal in den Bodenmodus, um ein paar Spannungspunkte aufzubauen. Für den Fall, dass dieses Kapitel wahrscheinlich noch wieder einen Bosskampf oder sowas haben. Kann ich irgendeinen Körpertreffer von dir anvisieren? Nein, dann halt nicht. Ein Brutzel. Das ist der große Nachteil an den normalen, menschlich großen Charakteren, dass man nicht in der Lage ist, oder häufig nicht in der Lage ist, ein Körperteil anzuvisieren, weil durch den Kernfokus, durch das Talent, das ist so ein extremer Damage-Zuwachs. Und dafür muss man eben ein bestimmtes Extremitätenkörperteil anvisieren.
Let's get to the Rothian stronghold.
Right.
Excuse me, but our Manon is in another. A Ganglion Stronghold. So, nehmen wir das alles mal mit, auch wenn wir das meiste davon schon zu Genüge haben. Gut. Moment, das ist der falsche, den darf ich nicht steuern. Ja, ich weiß, so. Fast 2 Kilometer. Doch davon lasse ich mich nicht abschrecken. Oh, die Nadelbrücke. Gut, dass wir hier rüber geflogen sind. Nein, was ich sagen will, ist, natürlich wäre es ein bisschen schneller, sich direkt dorthin zu teleportieren. Aber ich lasse mir die Gelegenheit nicht nehmen, mal meinen Decepticon hier tatsächlich mal etwas intensiver zu benutzen. Ein bisschen dran vorbeigefliegt. Achso, das ist das Ding hier unten, glaube ich. Ich hoffe es. Moment, das ist unterhalb von mir. Bitte. Schöne Bumse. Wo ist denn... Wo soll denn hier... Ach so, ich soll hier zu den Katzenfreundlichen. Okay. Okay. Dann werde ich doch die Karte nehmen, weil ich mich nicht daran erinnern kann, wo der verdammte Eingang hier ist. Dann sehen wir uns oben bei den Katzen wieder. Was ich bei den Nebenaufgaben hier im Katzen-Stronghold tatsächlich sehr lästig finde, ist, dass die alle tatsächlich, oder die meisten davon nur nachts annehmbar sind und sich deswegen relativ leicht anlassen, sie zu übersehen. Vor allem auch, weil auch in der Definitive Edition die Charaktermodelle teils ein bisschen später nachgeladen werden, wenn man hier reinläuft. Das macht auch das ganze Gerüchte sammeln bei diesen Quests, wo man erstmal diese Leute anrennen muss, die gelben Sprechblasen haben. Etwas lästig.
We were sure that was the end for us, weren't we?
Tatsu breathed sigh of relief. Thanks to Kitty Cat friends.
You said it, pal. If you hadn't turned up when you did, we'd be pushing up daisies by now. Thanks. We all inhabit this world together. The feeling is mutual.
We got shot up, and we didn't even get the thing we needed.
Relax, alright? We'll find it at the next location. Third time's the charm, no?
Yeah, well, starting to doubt that.
Just stay positive, okay?
A moment ago, you were on the brink of death. Yours is a mercurial people.
We survived, so it's all good, yes? On to the next one.
Jeez.
Mein Gott, in einem Kapitel lachen die in den Cutscenes mehr als das ganze Spiel über.
Thank you once again. We owe you for saving their lives.
My prince has ordered us to aid humans, and so we have.
Prince, my deepest thanks for rescuing our friends. We're in your debt.
No need. We are allies. But still, Void's appearance here fills me with unease.
You know something about Void?
Vita, it serves to sustain Void as his material vessel. Consider the battle for Earth. There, from his Vita, did he command the Ganglion.
However, in the chaos after Earth's destruction, his consciousness departed the machine, leaving it a shell, to be pulled in by Mira and crash to her surface, as did you.
Al, what you said earlier.
Yeah. As I suspected, he'd only linked his mind to the Vita, while his body stayed in the rift. Seems to track.
Was für ein Sack. Also müssen wir nochmal raus, um das tolle Teleportationsteil zu finden.
Mission accomplished.
Oder auch nicht.
Come on, let's get back to NLA.
Moment, die hatten das doch noch nicht gefunden, oder? Sag nur, oh, alle guten Dinge sind 3. Aber vielleicht kommen wir jetzt zufällig über den Weg.
All these races working together? Mira really is a welcoming kind of place. Just like Lau said.
Lau said that?
Al, what? When did you see Lau? How?
It was when I was drifting inside the rift.
But that's...
You ever heard of Nirvana? Some religions have the concept, and that space might just be it.
Gute Musik, ja.
As I was floating along, guided by the Ares, while I was looking for a way into this universe, I made a little layover in an eerie kind of place. Fancy seeing you here.
Al?
How long has it been? I don't think we ever spoke after I left Team Princess.
I thought you died defending the White Whale, back before it grounded on Mira.
Well, you know, if this is the afterlife, maybe I did. So, how about yourself? Are you dead?
Yeah.
Figured.
I betrayed our friends. I sold intel to the enemy to get back at those who got my family killed. Well, really, I had just given up. It wasn't about grief or retribution. Plain despair tipped me over the edge. It wasn't the right thing to do. And I knew it. I knew. And I did it anyway.
Now you're just sulking, pal. A guy as good as you?
Just don't. What Lynn said. She said, it's what makes us human. Corrupt and disgusting. That's what humans are. She's a good kid. Always trying to put herself in my shoes. I could never atone enough for making a child like her wade into that muck. My hopelessness, it wound up infecting her as well.
And that's why you accepted death? Decided to just give up and wait for it?
Yeah, soon. I'll see Charmaine and Chenchi.
I get this might be what you want, but not me. So what if this place is the afterlife? I'm itching for more living. People still need me. Humanity still needs me. I've got unfinished business, and until I finish it, I can't rest.
That's right. That's you to a T. Not me, though. Scram now. You know the way, right?
Yep. I've got the best guide around.
The world I came from. It's a welcoming kind of place. Everyone's ready for your big return.
I sure hope so.
If you make it, pass a message to Lynn. Humans are disgusting. And stubborn, and treat others cruelly. But if she realized this, that means she's anything but. Tell her to live.
Wow. I'm not what you think I am.
No more fighting, Lau.
No, Elma, not like this!
Step aside, Lynn.
We're all on the same side here! Even then, when I stood up for you, honestly, that was just so I wouldn't have to be sad again. I never could figure him out. It was all so childish. I was acting so immature about everything. But back then, you stood up to defend Lau, just the same way that I did. If you hadn't done that, maybe I wouldn't have stuck it out and run away instead. I would have stayed a child to the very end.
Yes. And if you hadn't stood in my line of fire that day, we would have all been as disgusting as he thought. Your actions are what saved us from that hollow despair.
You don't need pretty excuses here. It's all part of life. You gotta take the good with the bad. Anyway, he told you to live. End of message.
Yeah.
Da kommt aber die neue Message.
Colonel Elma! Requesting a beat!
What was that? What's going on over there?
Hört sich an, als wenn jemand Space Invaders spielt.
Yes. The leader of the escort from before.
Didn't they say they were going to Lakeview Stronghold in Noctilum?
Then we go too.
Yeah. Hope we're not too late.
Ja, wir können auch nichts dafür, wenn die erst so spät anrufen, dass sie gerade, wenn wir den Anruf entgegennehmen, abgeknallt werden. Okay, 10 Kilometer ist mir ein bisschen weit, um das mal eben rüber zu fliegen. Auch wenn ich eigentlich Lust hätte. Oh, die Blaufeste. Mann, da sind wir aber relativ zügig hingekommen. Andererseits haben wir doch relativ viel, oder hat die Gruppe dann nach dem Besuch der Kitty Catties dann doch noch relativ viel lamentiert. So, wo parkt mein gewaltiges, großes Ego? Hier vorne. Ich frage mich... Hi, ich glaube, ich war an einer bestimmten Stelle noch nicht so hundertprozentig. Verdammt, wo ist es? Wo ist es denn? Keine Sorge, ich werde jetzt nicht hingehen und den Kram hier einsammeln. Dafür ist die Folge von der Zeit her dann noch ein bisschen fortgeschritten. Jetzt bin ich mal gespannt, ob wir hier das Finale des Subkapitels haben, nenne ich es jetzt mal. Können wir noch was retten?
The whole team's dead. And look.
Wurde schon begraben.
Why? What are you doing this for? You want to leave this world too, right? There's no need to be doing any of this.
I wish to know death.
Huh?
Death, is it?
The fear of death is a powerful motivation in creatures like you. Yea, stronger even than your lust for life. I wish to understand this.
And that's why the slaughter?
You think by killing them yourself, you'll get what it's like to fear death?
What was it you called our fight against you? A contest for survival? That's a contest to defy death. You started a war without knowing that?
The best it will simply cease to be. That is not death. Self-evidently, as I have no conception of it. Ceasing to be is simple non-existence. But death, when you speak of it, is wrapped up in many a complex emotion. That I wish to know.
And then? After that?
I have not considered it. You will find my desires are not rooted in emotion. Actions are all. They occur automatically, driven by inevitability.
But that's... It's nonsense. How is that a reason to kill? Why do this?
Enough. Don't try to understand it, Lynn. He can string all the reasoning he likes. But when you get down to it, this guy is pure evil. Our enemy, nothing less.
Warnen Sie davor, sich leeres Worte zu Herzen zu nehmen? Oder weise darauf hin, dass Gewalt die einzige Sprache ist, die er versteht? Wir warten erstmal.
Exactly. If we want to argue with them, it'll be with guns.
Right. Lynn, we're here to make sure we don't lose anyone else today. That's our mission.
Understood.
Map. For Boss Time gegen... Ich weiß nicht, ob der jetzt erstmal nur auf Stand beisteht oder ob er noch selber eingreifen wird. Wir machen auf jeden Fall erstmal seine kleinen Mini-Lakaien fertig. Auch wenn es obere Knöbers sind. Also obere Knöbers. Die halten dann durchaus viel aus. Habe ich das schon erzählt? For Boss Time natürlich. So, es sind auch leider durchaus viele Feinde parallel und... Oh, nice. Ja, ich versuche es. Jetzt gibt's was mit der Faust, meine Liebe. Ich glaube aber, Void bzw. Leere hält sich gerade ein bisschen daraus. Weil es natürlich nicht so gut. Ich glaube, das hier ist ein Angriff, der ein bisschen Flächenschaden macht. Man erkennt wirklich sehr gut alles, nicht wahr? So, gehorsamer Prone. Gehorche mir und stirb. Alternativ kannst du auch gerne aufgeben, Freund. Bevor ich mit der Faust des Nordens auf dich eindresche. So, hier kommt der Boost. The Boost is on fire. Weil Dächer haben wir nicht, da können wir einfach drüber fliegen. Mein Gehirn macht wieder gerade seltsame Sachen. Wahrscheinlich mit Referenzen, die kaum einer versteht. Oh, da hat jemand Widerstandskraft erlernt. So, gehorsamer Prone, auch du. Ich gehe auch gerade nur darauf ein, was gerade hier das Autozielsystem mir gerade vor den Bug wirft. So. Wunderbar. Und noch ein Gläubiger. Der glaubt jetzt an gar nichts mehr. Was ist los, Void? Wollen wir uns noch gegenseitig an die Gurgel gehen?
You're up next. Scum!
Enough. There is no more to be gained. Your stubborn fixation on living is inordinate. You are unlikely to teach me what I wish to know.
Shut up!
In any case, you will come to my abode. It is, after all, inevitable. The contest continues. As this world's time draws ever closer.
What a train wreck. That creep really gets me seeing red. Makes me gag.
Let's do a quick head count.
Roger that.
Okay, hat nicht zufällig jemand den Teleportationsantrieb in den oberen Knöbers eingebaut gehabt, den wir jetzt mitnehmen können? Der gefallene Agent. Vielleicht hat er ja noch etwas umklammert, bevor er starb.
What's this?
Looks like the part they were after. They found it.
Looks like it, yeah.
Then we need to get this back to NLA. We can't let their sacrifice be in vain.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. It's a real shame our friend didn't make it, but at least the mission's complete, right? Credit where it's due, you know.
Void. That goddamned rat.
Commander, we'll get him. We'll win his little game. We must.
Lynn.
Damn straight. These lives won't go to waste.
Not to rain on your parade here, but how are we doing with the Ares?
We're making good progress thanks to you, are we? We have some news, so would you mind stopping by the restricted hangar after this?
Sure thing, we'll be there.
It wasn't easy, but the mission was a success. Good job.
Hey there, how's it poppin'?
Terrible, right? How about you?
Better than you, meaning terrific.
That's great, isn't it?
Look at him. He's really found his footing here, hasn't he?
Once you really get to know him, most get on with him like a house on fire.
Hey, how's it poppin'?
Tatsu terrible, clearly. And how is friend Al?
Even worse than you, I bet.
But that's not the correct follow-up.
I like to mix it up, keep you on your toes.
Al cannot flip script.
Elma, this vegetable come with a volume knob?
Leave it. You had some news?
Well, I heard the Ares was recreated on your planet. But how much do you actually know about it?
You're correct about it being recreated. Here's the truth. We excavated an ultra-ancient frame and fitted it with auxiliary power and plating. It might be more precise to say we jury-rigged it to run.
So you've got nothing to say regarding the cores then, I take it?
If I did, don't you think I would have told you when I first got to Earth?
Yeah, you got me there.
Vexing, isn't it?
The Ares cores. I learned they're based on a device that existed eons ago.
A device?
A space-time bender. It moves things into different universes and all that. A meta-doohickey. It's a common trope in the old movies, right?
Yeah, except real.
The energy that the Ares could deploy thanks to the cores was in a league of its own. According to simulations, you put the pedal to the metal, space bends like a straw.
I see.
If that's true, what chance do we have of beating Void?
Fordere jetzt die Initiative zu ergreifen und zuzuschlagen und erkläre, dass die Zeit für euch arbeitet. Tut sie das? Nicht wirklich.
Calm down, Rook. We're still okay.
Right. The fact is, he took the time to come and taunt us. It means he's still getting ready. Well, even supposing he's through the prep phase, he can't just rock it off.
What do you mean?
For all his rambling and raving, if the cores were enough, he could have left by now. Brought the world into concord, or whatever his tagline was. But cores alone won't cut it. We figured it out while analyzing the Skell. When I was transported inside the rift along with the Ares, machine and mind got melded together. We became inseparable. I won't pretend to understand, but it wouldn't have been possible for a living human to hold onto their self there otherwise. So, without me and the Ares, the cores won't be able to deploy their full power.
Melded with the Ares. I think I get it. Not in the physical sense of being one thing, but like an engine running under the hood?
Damn, you're sharp, Lynn. But the analysis didn't stop there. Better hold on to your seats. While inside the rift, I saw where the rivers of consciousness converge. Something like the crossroads between universes. Even if we get the Ares and cores running, if we can't sync ourselves to that, we won't be going anywhere. Annoyingly.
Is it a question of timing, then?
Put simply, yes. And here's another nugget spun off from the Ares analysis of the rift. The streams of consciousness converging on that universal nexus. Structurally, they're extremely similar to the Lifehold core.
They're what?
Remember what we were talking about before? How Void projecting his mind into the Vita is a lot like the way humans survive inside MIMS. Even with the Lifehold trashed, your consciousness is still being stored somewhere. Not by technology, but by some much larger universal mechanism.
But that's crazy.
This universal mechanism. What is it?
Dunno. It's just that when I was there, I felt it. You guys. People's lives. It was strange, like I was enveloped by this constant something.
And the Ares can tap into that? This, like, gathering place of minds?
More like souls, even.
Call it what you like. If we make it out of this universe alive, you'll get to experience it yourselves. Anyhow, in order to pull off our great escape, we'll need those 6 cores. We'll need me, the Ares, and some miraculous timing. That's how we sync to the Nexus, or die trying. In matter of fact, Void's no fool. He'll have cottoned on by now.
But if that's the case, why hasn't he attacked NLA yet?
If he did, he might end up killing Al. He won't want to risk destroying the Ares either. Still, once he gets his ducks in a row, I expect he probably will try something.
Okay, so what's our game plan? What do you think, Rook? You better knock this one out of the park.
Ja, ja, kein Druck. Bestehe auf einen Überraschungsangriff oder sag Al, dass du das noch vor dem Mittagessen erledigen kannst. Na, Überraschungsangriffe sind immer gut. Auch wenn ich nicht glaube, dass das möglich ist.
I knew I saw something in you.
Also so richtig überraschend. Wenn Void schon weiß, dass die Konfrontation unvermeidbar ist, liegt die Wahrscheinlichkeit nahe, dass er so ungefähr weiß, wann es dazu kommen wird. oder eine gewisse Ahnung.
Hey, how's it poppin'?
Terrible. How about you?
Better than you, in other words, terrific. You hear that? Rook's answer?
Yes, and you seem pleased.
Yeah.
Although, why did you want someone else to make the call?
If I get taken out, I want to know there's someone I can trust with mankind's future. And the Rook seems well suited.
That isn't like you.
That's what we need right now. Someone who loves this world. The world and its people, warts and all. I need someone to take over my duty.
You need another you, in other words. When we were leaving Earth, you ignored my pleas and rushed off to fight without a thought for your safety.
You look after the refugees. I'll protect the ship from outside.
Just look at their numbers. You can't shift the balance, not with a single Ares.
Yeah, well, you never know until you try.
Al.
I'll cut through their ranks, make you an opening. I'll protect you to the last. People of Earth. Will not be snuffed out here!
You're right. Those eyes, they're just like yours back then.
Nie hat man hier seine Ruhe.
The jump drive is still in the experimental phase, but otherwise, the White Whale 2 is ready. We'll be unveiling it shortly if you'd care to step outside.
We'd be thrilled. Shall we check it out then?
Yeah, I can't wait!
Tatsu bristling with thrill.
Seltsam, dass die beste Mechanikerin, die noch unter uns weilt, damit tatsächlich scheinbar nicht involviert war. Frage mich, ob das an der Seite Start- und Landerampen für den Ernstfall werden soll. Oder werden sollen.
Thanks to all your efforts, we now have a ship capable of withstanding even the longest voyage. Preliminary tests of the jump drive are showing promising results. All that's left is to support those who have not yet relocated to NLA, and to guide our current residents through the necessary procedures.
If the ghosts or Ganglion make a move, or further dematerialization occurs, we have the ability to launch the White Whale 2, even before all residents have boarded. Naturally, we'll keep you apprised. We may be forced to make a snap decision. So do be advised.
Once everyone's safely on board, it'll be time to go on the offensive.
Yeah, it'll be all-out war. Any more vessels to escort, and we wouldn't have a snowball's chance of guarding them all.
But this way, there's a single point of failure.
Either way, if we lose the Ares, we'll be dead in the water.
Going all in? I say bring it on.
Changing the topic, where will we be going to?
How are we supposed to know that?
Ideally, a new universe. But we could also end up stranded inside the rift for the rest of time.
Eep! Terror!
Come what may, it seems we will be left as happy as a pig in a blanket.
You scared yet?
Lächle und sage, dass du ihm bis ans Ende der Welt folgen wirst. Nein, keine Furcht. Standhaft.
Very heartfelt. Love you too.
Elma. Not to ruin the moment, but duty calls. A blade named Kylie had a request concerning a friend. They've not made it to NLA yet. Mind getting the full lowdown?
Of course. Right away.
Thanks. She should be by the cathedral in the residential district.
Für die Definitive Edition und die neuen Kapitel haben sich die Entwickler anscheinend entschieden, keine Standardmissionen mehr anzubieten, sondern das, was Standardmission wäre, an das Kapitelende, ich sag mal, dran zu flanschen. Deswegen geht es mit dem weiteren Teil des Kapitel 13.2 dann ab der nächsten Folge weiter. Macht es gut und ciao.